I was a Turtles fan when I was a kid. And that was a whole different kind of Turtles that I was into. And now that time is gone.
Mine was different from yours even.
Yeah, did you just say yours?
Yours. The Madea came out a little bit.
God damn, would you turn to Madea? All right, hillbilly of both. I think mine was different than yours. Tommy McGreer.
There you go.
And I'm looking at the voices right here. Raphael Allen Richardson. You have Noel Fisher as Michelangelo. Jeremy Howard as Donatello. And you have the great Johnny Knoxville as Leonardo.
Okay,
I can't say that name, Leonardo.
I was sticking around to find out who the voices were on the Turtles, and I was like, I don't recognize none of these names. Let me get out of here.
Only one. Yeah. You don't recognize any of them, do you?
No.
Y'all been complaining about these Turtles ever since you saw one picture. Ever since and you didn't even see a picture. You heard that they might have been from outer space. They weren't even be ninjas, and y'all lost y'all's fucking minds out there. You said going back to that old excuse. You're raping my childhood.
Right.
Okay, here's the good news. It ain't that bad. Here's the bad news. It ain't that good. It's pretty much, it's not worth you wasting your energy crying over small details like, oh, the Turtles have nostrils. It's a totally different thing that they're doing. And to be honest with you, it's just a middle of the road film.
I've never been a fan of the Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And by saying I've never been a fan, I actually have never liked them.
Really?
Yeah, I really haven't. Except for this. This I was like, you know what? The way it's presented here, it fits its name. It reminds me much more of the original comic book than any of the cartoons, which is what most people are familiar with. And I was like, for what it is, for what I saw in the trailer, it's that.
It's directed by Jonathan Liebesman. You watch a Michael Bay movie, that motherfucker just gets to a point where he just smashing shit. Now, in this, the action, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see what's going on. I'm almost like, when I see it, you put Michael Bay's name on this, and then I can see the action clearly. I'm like a blind man that's been awakened. I'm like, oh, that's what action looks like. The fight scenes in this are well choreographed, and they're all CG.
Yeah,
they're all CG characters. When Splinter the Rat, who's voiced by Tony Shalhoub, yeah, when he's fighting Shredder, that's an amazing fight scene. And there's another scene near the end of the film, the ice slope, the
snowbank,
the snowbank, yeah, and that scene is that's a good 10 minutes, man.
Oh yeah,
and that scene is so well put together.
It made me think of Triple X when they were doing a similar scene, and how that was just kind of like, meh, whatever. But this was exciting.
Most of the time, I'm not really wrapped up emotionally into the characters, but there's one part where when Splinter's in trouble, and they just forget to say sensei, they start yelling, Dad, Dad. Kind of got to me, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Now see, that's your boy right there.
I'm sorry.
It's my heart that's black because I'm with you.
I couldn't get it.
I felt the twinge.
I couldn't get with
I'm so confused. Should I go with Mama? Should I go with Dad? I'm so confused.
I couldn't even get with the Splinter because first and foremost, he looked like the RZA to me. I just couldn't get over that. Every time I looked at him, I saw the RZA. I have a quick question.
Okay.
Does anybody have any toilet paper right now?
Oh,
I got to wipe the shit that Michael Bay just took on my childhood right now. Because, I'm one of them motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I'm one of them. This shit was awful. I just want a glimpse, just that one little feeling like I had when I used to watch this TV show back when I was a kid.
What was that feeling?
Well, this looked like it tried to be darker than what it really was. It was just a bunch of stupid shit that made no sense. Like, they tried to really tie it together, so it tried to make sense, and them trying to make it make sense just make the story even dumber than what it already was.
I don't know. It seemed like a very simple, almost too simple plot line.
No.
I don't know if it was you, Tommy. Somebody called it in here. I'm not going to say what it is. Somebody explained the origin of the Turtles. And they nailed it when they said, you know what they're going to do? They're going to try to tie in everything.
That's right. That's
way
right.
too much in an unnecessary fashion.
When the big revelation came about, I'm like, really?
That's too much of a coincidence. Yeah. And that's what I hate. I hate when movies, you have a story already there. The story's working fine.
Exactly.
And you have to
no need for them to even do
and you have to mix it up by bringing in an unnecessary coincidence.
Yes.
The good thing about it is that it does pick up speed. I mean, as the movie goes along, it gets momentum.
Yeah.
But before it does that, somebody forgot to tell somebody else that they were making a movie about talking turtles. You don't have to be so serious about this. We get William Finchner coming in.
Yeah.
And that fool is going for an Academy Award with this.
Oh, man.
He does that with everything.
We haven't formed Mutanium. And I mean, he's hanging on to those words. Like, yes,
yeah,
I'm a true actor now. I mean, you just said Mutanium. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Come on, man. And if you can't, even if the director said, you know, I want you to come on, I want you to take this very seriously, I'd be like, fire me right now.
Oh,
because I can't do it.
Yeah, sitting here right now where you're not on the job,
right.
sure, you think you say that.
Yeah,
that's what's wrong with people today. That's wrong with you and everybody in Hollywood. they don't have any pride, you know, no self-respect.
It's true.
You have me say Mutanium with a serious face, you know. I got my pride to think about. I'm going, and that's what William Finchner should have did. Yeah, I'm gonna call him on that. Seriously, how hard is it to just be clever? I mean, you have Will Arnett in there who's cracking lame jokes. Megan Fox, I don't think made a good April O'Neil.
No,
I don't think she ever should have been cast at this. In the movie, be aware of what you're in. Guardians of the Galaxy had some of the same problems for me as this movie did, but you know what sets it apart as a great film?
What?
They had somebody come in and punch up the humor.
Oh, yeah.
And which made the movie did not take itself so seriously.
Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. I thought that the whole time watching. It's like, this could really use that punch up.
I remember that Turtles movie back from 1990.
Oh, Jesus.
That was my shit.
Oh, no, don't tell me that movie is dear to your heart.
Back me up here, Tommy. I need you, man. I need you because this fool right here, this motherfucker right here, he's here. See, this is what I knew this was going to happen. I knew he was going to do this shit. I knew it. I knew he was going to come in and he was going to say, you know what? Like in true Martin fashion, he's going to say, I kind of liked it. Now I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
With it.
But the Martin that makes me mad is when I come in, and before I barely get out, I say, you know, let me tell you about that Ninja Turtles back from 1990. He's like, really? He's like, oh, really? You mean that piece of shit?
Yeah.
Really? That one? Yeah.
Let's hear it, Corey. Let's hear it.
I'm like, I mean, head just going around. Oh, really? I remember a line from Family Guy when somebody was doing that. What was that line? Oh, yeah, don't be a dick about it. Man, those turtles back from 1990, the latex rubber turtles, the Jim Henson Creature Shop turtles, man. They have all this technology right here to do this. And yet, that movie back from 1990 had more soul.
That's what I wanted to say, Martin. It lacked soul like that movie had. It was,
here we go. Almost any time I'd be like, okay, you guys got a point. Except I actually saw that movie, and I just don't agree at all.
To be honest, Tommy, as much as I'm talking about the Turtles back in the day, knowing how the Turtles were, when they started yelling cowabunga and eating pizza all day,
that's what always turned me off to the cartoon. I'm like, I can only take so much of this.
But I will say this before I'm done. Another thing that I can give the movie points for is that the Turtles, they're not that annoying.
No.
Most of them, they're pretty well grounded.
See, I beg to differ.
Except
Mikey.
Except that damn Michelangelo.
They pushed that one a little too far.
Wigger ass turtle right there. And you might every time he talks, you just want to choke his ass.
You want to smack the shit out of him.
Not that you do it because he beat the fuck out of you, but every time he
and you couldn't get your hands around his neck.
You couldn't get your hands around his neck. Look at him. He's like, try it, bro. Hey, bro, you mad, bro? But like that's one of the things that I was scared about with him, and it is a little bit too much. He has the shades, he has the gold chains, and he's the one who's always talking about wigger shit.
Yeah,
all that. I can't stand.
I feel like Michael Bay had a big part in his character.
Yeah, I think you mean more like wigger shit.
I know that most people out there, they're not liking this movie. Most people out there, they're hating on this, and they make valid points about it. And I agree with a lot of those. And I don't want to be one of those guys that comes out and I'm looking like the dumb motherfucker who likes it, but I get all the fight scenes in this. They work. When people see this, especially the kids, I think that you'll get your money's worth. I'm gonna give it almost a reluctant matinee because there's so much bad stuff in here, but I'm gonna give it that. It's pretty much just barely sliding by on that matinee.
Okay. Well, for me, it's not so much of a slide. I mean, it's actually almost exactly the movie I expected from the trailers that I saw. And I think how you feel about this movie will depend on how big of a Turtles fan you are or not. Or rather, where you came into the Turtles. I give it a firm matinee.
All right, then. And Tommy?
Me being the guy who's a big Turtle fan.
Yeah, you the
turtle
fan.
dick. Gotta find it, though.
I'm trying to look at it and trying not to be, biased. And but if you came into the Turtles, you came into the Turtles where I came in, and you look at this movie, they just take way too many liberties and try to do way too much with the characters that you're used to, and they just destroy it. It's just a plain bad movie. So I give it a really low rental.
All right. Whatever you say, man. Sure.
That's my opinion.
Can I ask you guys something about these Ninja Turtles?
What?
Yeah.
Why do they wear masks? Like, are there some other giant turtles that they're trying to make sure you don't get them mixed up with?
Man, it's part of
to identify themselves.
Yeah, it's the costume,
they
Mark.
wear the colors so they know which one, who
The
each
teenagers,
they
they're going through a phase right now.
Yeah.
we can't let anybody know.
That's another thing. Tommy. You know what? Tommy,
Yeah.
as your lawyer, do not answer that question.
Okay.
Because that's some shit that doesn't need to be answered.
Yeah. It's not even relevant right now.
We really gonna sit up here and go into details like why do the fucking turtles wear masks? Not why they talk or anything like that. Why do they wear masks?
They study karate.
Yeah.
No, none of that.
No wonder you don't get this shit.